In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Brave web browser. I don't know if you guys know about this browser. I was just searching and looking for different browsers that were available the other day. The three browsers that I've used most extensively are Firefox, which has been my go-to web browser for years now, Google Chrome, and Chromium, which is the open source browser that Chrome is built on top of. What I've noticed over the past year is that Firefox, with each new iteration or update of that browser, it seems to get a little slower and a little slower and a little heavier on system resources. So Google Chrome seemed pretty fast in the past, but I would say now that Firefox and Google Chrome seem about the same as far as speed of loading web pages, of how heavy they are on system resources. I think Chromium is probably the lightest weight of the three and loads the web pages the fastest. So I was looking for something that was even better, and I came across Brave, and I installed it on my operating system. I'm running Linux Mint 20.3, codenamed Una. I keep everything updated. So my versions of Chrome, Google Chrome, Chromium, Firefox, my operating system, I always keep updated with all the updates that are available for it. I don't use a lot of plugins. I think I've got a couple of extensions in Firefox, and that's it. So I went to the Brave website and I had some questions. I'm an open source person. I like using exclusively open source software. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be installing something completely proprietary on my system. So one thing I like about this, and if you open up a new tab, it gives you these stats in Brave. And it shows that it's trackers and ads that were blocked, 3,471. Due to it blocking all that data, it saved 92.4 megabytes in bandwidth, and it also saved me 3 minutes of basically load time on those pages. So what I've found, I've used Brave for the past 3 days. I have made it my default browser on my operating system. I've tested it with different websites that I use frequently. I've watched movies on Netscape. I've watched videos on YouTube. I've used it for social media. I've used it for all the things I normally use it for, and I haven't had a single issue with it. One of the things that I've found is kind of glitchy in the past is using hardware acceleration in the browser. I've had problems with that on all the browsers I've used so far, but I did enable it in Brave, and so far I have not had any issues with enabling hardware acceleration. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go to the Brave website. And I went through their FAQs, and we'll go through them now, but it answered all the questions that I had. And I love the fact that it blocks all these ads and trackers and data mining and all that other stuff. And I think that is one of the reasons that the browser seems lighter weight on system resources, and it's definitely more responsive than the other browsers that I've used and tested over time. So is the Brave browser safe? It says it's one of the safest browsers on the market. It blocks privacy, invasive ads, and trackers. And you can see the difference in the web pages. If you loaded web pages that are ad crazy, where they just have ads all over the page, you will definitely notice a difference using this browser. It blocks third-party data storage. It protects from browser fingerprinting. It upgrades every web page possible to secure HTTPS connections. So, encrypted connections with the browser. And it does all that by default. It's also built off of the open source Chromium web core, which powers browsers used by billions of people worldwide. That is definitely true. And this source code is arguably vetted by more security researchers than any other browser. In short, not only is Brave safe to use, it's much safer than almost any other browser. All right. How do I download and install Brave? We'll look at that in a minute. But if you also use VPN, virtual private networking, if you work remotely to your office and you have to connect via VPN, they do have a VPN and firewall that you can install. Now, that is not free like the browser, it is subscription based. Okay, it's there. Does Brave block YouTube ads? Yes, the browser can block ads on video sites like YouTube that include on-page ads, and yes, it does. I've seen it. Pre-roll, mid-roll, end cards, and more. By blocking ads, you get a cleaner experience and faster video to load. Okay. What is the Brave search engine? It does have its own search engine built into the web browser. Of course, you can choose your own if you want a different search engine. So far, the things that I've searched for using the Brave search, it seems fine. It's available and it doesn't mine any of your data. Okay, it doesn't keep any of that information. That's something to think about. It's in several languages. It states it's 160 languages in all with 4 different dialects of Chinese. So for international use, there's not going to be a problem there. Who owns Brave? The Brave browser, Brave search, and all their various features are made by Brave Software Inc., an independent, privately held company. Brave is not beholden to any other tech company and works every single day to fight big tech, terrible privacy abuses. Brave exists to help real people, not some faceless tech company. Okay, and that's nice. But here's the thing that I was looking for. Is Brave open source? Yes. The Brave browser is built on open source Chromium Web Core, which is what Google Chrome is built on top of. And our own client code is released under the Mozilla Public License 2.0. So even though it's being held by a private company, if they do something they shouldn't be doing, this code can be forked to a new browser. So that's one thing I want to make sure of, is that the code is open source, and it is. All right, so many people have an opportunity to inspect this code and make sure that there's nothing nefarious going on. That's important to me. How does Brave compare to Chrome? Simply put, Brave browser is 3 times faster than Google Chrome. By blocking privacy, invading ads, and trackers by default, there's less stuff to load on every single web page you visit. That means pages load much faster, saving you time, money, battery life. It also means you're much safer online. And I can attest to the fact that it definitely loads web pages faster than Chrome, faster than Firefox, and I also think it is faster than Chromium, the open source browser that Google Chrome is built on. Yes, Brave is free and completely free to use. You simply download the browser for your desktop, for Android, and for iOS. So you can use this on your smartphone, you can use it on Mac OS, you can use it on Windows, you can use it on Linux, which is what I'm using it on. And as we talked about before, it also includes Brave Talk Premium, which is a subscription service, and Brave Firewall plus a VPN. There's also another thing in here that I want to make you aware of. Now, I'm not interested in this, but some of you may be, because you're forced to watch ads on other browsers so that, like, YouTube gets the revenue from the ads that you watch, or Google gets ads, revenue from the ads, or whoever's paying for the ads. Okay, so this is called BAT. BAT is short for Basic Attention Tokens. BAT is a digital asset and a key, but totally optional. I do not have this enabled on mine. Part of the Brave Rewards ecosystem, and here's how it works. Brave Rewards gives you the option to view first-party, privacy-protected ads while you browse. Now, this comes from Brave's private ad network. If you choose to view them, you earn a BAT via the Brave Rewards program. You can keep BAT like any other digital asset. You can use it to tip content publishers you love. Brave even gives you a secure way to store BAT and any other asset with Brave Wallet. And again, Brave Rewards is a totally optional program. Other tech companies steal your data to sell ads to them. You are a product. Brave is different. We think your attention is valuable and private, and that you should get a fair share of the revenue for any advertising you choose to view. That fair share is rewarded in BAT. So if you choose to watch ads through Brave, then you can actually earn some revenue doing it. So that's a nice option. It's not an option that I'm interested in, but it might be an option that some of you are. Okay. So get Brave. All you got to do is you go to brave.com. There will be a link in the show notes if you want to click that link. I'm not affiliated with Brave in any way. I just want to make you aware of this browser because I really like it. I've used it extensively for the past 3 days, and so far I've really, really liked it. So get Brave. But anyway, that's a wrap on this episode. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time in the Tinker's Lab.